I'm Dr. Susanna Bozzoni, and I'd love to give you a few tips to help you address your cholesterol. If you've been told your cholesterol is a little high, well, what does that mean? What is the most important indicator for heart disease in terms of our cholesterol? Well, if it's really your ApoB, but you probably haven't had an ApoB. So in absence of an ApoB, which is a test you should ask for next time you get your cholesterol drawn, look at your LDL, or quote, your bad cholesterol. And what's going to drive your bad cholesterol up most significantly is trans fats, which hopefully we've gotten out of our food systems, but saturated fats predominantly are really going to drive that puppy up. So where do we get saturated fats? If you can replace those with unsaturated fat options. For example, if you're eating a lot of cheese, right? Cheese, a lot of people eat because they want to get their protein, but it's 70% saturated fat. I know it tastes good, but if you could switch that to, say, nuts or seeds that are not salted or roasted in crappy oils, right? So sesame paste like tahini is very creamy and wonderful. It's one of my favorite things. You're going to get good unsaturated fat. You're going to get lignans from that. That helps with other things like hormone balance as well. And you're still going to get that creamy satisfaction that you get, but from good sources of fats that aren't going to drive your cholesterol up so significantly, particularly that LDL or ApoB if you happen to have that. You also want to look at your triglycerides, right? Triglycerides are a different component of your cholesterol. They often go together with insulin resistance and higher sugars and fatty liver. So again, how do we best manage that? Well, look at your refined and processed foods. So refined flours, processed foods, snack foods, a lot of refined carbohydrates. We want to replace those with complex carbohydrates. We want to get beans. Yes, a half a cup of beans every day, and minimally processed soy products such as tofu, tempeh, edamame. Those can help lower cholesterol, as been shown in the portfolio diet. So trying to get more plant-based proteins, that helps you get out of the high saturated fat realm. Getting away from the processed foods, and even vegan processed foods, absolutely 100%. Those palm oils and coconut oils are very high in saturated fats and will raise your cholesterol up. So try to replace those. Another couple tips is a cholesterol protocol that can be a food-based protocol, such as ground flax. So eat this twice a day, a tablespoon of ground flax, a little bit of amla powder. Amla is the Indian gooseberry. It is a powerhouse for helping stabilize your sugar, insulin resistance if you have that, but also helpful in lowering cholesterol. Adding Ceylon cinnamon, also helpful for stabilizing your sugar. Ceylon cinnamon, not Vietnamese or Saigon cinnamon. They're different species. And adding in extra fiber, so from psyllium husk. And watch out, if you're getting a fiber supplement that has loads of artificial sugars, that is not your friend. So if you can have that, throw it in applesauce or throw it in a smoothie, or even put it in water, man, and drink it down, whatever. If you can have that with 2 meals a day, start out with 1 meal a day, get your gut used to it. It's a lot of fiber. Then increase to 2 meals a day as you chip away at those higher saturated fat foods and your processed foods, replacing them with whole, beautiful, colored plants. The colors of the rainbow on a bed of greens with a side of beans, and don't forget the whole grains. And I promise you this, I've seen this lower cholesterol as much as taking a statin. And that doesn't mean you might not need a statin if you have indications for that, but it's wonderful to find power, not just fear, right? We don't need to live in a fear-based world and throw meds at you and say you could die of blah, but rather give you power through the food that you eat. So plant-based proteins that are minimally processed, eating more fiber in your day, adding in ground flax, amla, Ceylon cinnamon, and the psyllium husk can be really helpful. And notice what happens. Do that for a couple of months and then recheck your cholesterol with an ApoB and get an LP little a lipoprotein little a, which is a one-time test just to further assess your risk for heart disease. I hope this is helpful for you. And if you have any other questions or anything that you want to hear about, have a wonderful day.